Let's now animate the speeder. I'm gonna go into the folder of level sequence and let's duplicate this level sequence. I'm gonna open up this thing and let's bring this window here. I'm gonna select and delete all the elements inside of this thing and let's bring it down here. I'm gonna lock the level sequence and let's go into the outliner and open up this folder of camera. I'm gonna select this camera and reset the location and rotation parameters. And I'm gonna select this actor and let me adjust my view. I'm gonna bring this actor over here. I'm gonna press F to focus and let's bring it just about there. I'm gonna move this thing on X-axis and I'm gonna rotate this thing on Z by 90. I'm gonna split this window. Let's open up the camera preview in here and I'm gonna select this camera and change the focus method to disable. And I'm gonna select this actor from here, move it on X-axis to just about there. Maybe perhaps bring it a little bit closer as well to just about there. And I'm gonna move this thing on X like so. I'm gonna rotate this thing on Z-axis to just about there maybe. I'm gonna switch to local space and let's move this thing on Y-axis and bring it somewhere around here, let's say. I'm gonna move this thing up on Z and let me enable game mode in here. I'm gonna select and delete this cube because that was just for reference. We don't need that anymore. And just gonna select this actor and bring it maybe just about, I think perhaps I should get a little bit closer to this thing to just about there. Perhaps I should rotate this thing back like so and bring it maybe just about there, I guess. I'm gonna disable rotation snapping and let's rotate this thing like so, just about there. Okay, I'm gonna move this thing up on Z fractionally to just about there, and maybe let's enlarge this window to see how this thing looks like. Yeah, I think it looks good, but perhaps we can move this thing up on Z fractionally. I'm gonna split this window and let's rotate this thing on Y-axis to just about there, I guess. I'm gonna move this thing up on Z and bring it somewhere around here. There we go. Yeah, I think now it looks a lot better. Okay, so let's now go ahead and select the cube of the speeder, the track of the speeder, and I'll bring it into the sequencer. The sequencer is locked. Let's unlock it and let's try it again. There we go. I'm gonna bring this window up here and I'm gonna add this parameter of current position on rail. I'm gonna add a keyframe here and let's move to frame number 120 and I'll change this value to 1. Let's select both of these keyframes and change the keyframe interpolation to linear. And I'm gonna now also select this camera and bring it into the sequencer. Let's bring this window up here. I'm gonna come out of this one from this window and I'll bring this track down here. Let's open up the transform parameter. I'm gonna open up the location parameter and let's add the keyframes at frame number 0. Let's move to 120 and I'm just gonna select this camera and let's switch to global space. I'm gonna bring this window here and move this camera to just about there, I guess. I'm gonna press F to focus and let's adjust it manually and bring it maybe somewhere around here, let's say. I'm gonna select these keyframes and change the keyframe interpolation to linear and let's play this animation. Yeah, I see a lot of jittering and this back and forth movement. You already know the solution to this problem. You just need to select this camera rig rail, and let me bring up the details panel. I'm gonna select rail spline component, scroll down to advanced settings, and bring the slider to the maximum possible value. Let's now play this animation. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, so let's save everything, and let's now bring in those sci-fi Hoverbikes into the sequencer as well. I'm gonna close these two from here, and let's lock them. And I'm gonna now go ahead and select this track from here. You know what? I'm just gonna disable these lights because I find them a little bit distracting. I'm just gonna select and disable them. I'm gonna now select this track from here and bring it into the sequencer. Let's bring it down here, and let's add this parameter of current position of rail. I'm gonna add a keyframe here, and let's move to frame number 120. Let's increase this value and bring the sci-fi Hoverbike to just about there. I'm gonna select both of the keyframes and change the keyframe interpolation to linear. Let's play this animation. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Let's now do the same thing with the other one as well. I'm just gonna select this track from here and bring it into the sequencer. Let's bring it down here, and let's add this parameter of current position on rail. I'm gonna add a keyframe. Let's move to frame number 120, and let's increase this number and bring this sci-fi Hoverbike just about there. I'm gonna select both of the keyframes and change the keyframe interpolation to linear. And let's enlarge this window to see how the animation looks like. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So that's pretty much it for this lesson. And in the next lesson, we'll animate the K5 droids that we have in our scene. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next lesson.